You know how some brands just feel like they've always been around? Like they're woven into the very fabric of the culture? But what's the secret sauce? What makes them last? Well, today, we're going to crack open one of the most incredible stories out there, Amul.
And when we talk about Amul, we're talking about a brand with a valuation of, get this, over $4 billion US. I mean, that is a huge number for any company, but for one that started as a cooperative for dairy farmers, wow. There's a reason it's India's #1 food brand.
Okay, so that's the big question for this explainer, right? How on earth does a cooperative owned by millions of farmers turn into a marketing machine that goes toe-to-toe with and often beats these giant global corporations? It's an amazing story of smarts and real connection, and we're going to break it all down.
All right, so the first, and maybe the most famous piece of the puzzle, is their mascot. Oh, you've definitely seen her. Let's get into it. The Amul girl. She's an absolute advertising icon.
I mean, just look at how long this campaign has been running. It's wild. It kicked off way back in 1966, it navigated the massive changes in India's economy in the 90s, and now it's a total viral fixture on social media. Talk about staying relevant. That kind of adaptability is it's a textbook example of how to do it right.
So what's the secret recipe for these ads? Well, it's this brilliant mix. You've got these super witty, topical puns that are always about what's happening right now. They use Hinglish, that mix of Hindi and English, which just connects with everyone. And the humor? It's clever, it's satirical, but it's never mean-spirited. Put all that together with that simple, hand-drawn style, and you've got something people actually want to share. That's the holy grail of marketing, right? Massive viral sharing, totally for free.
And all of this just hammers home their core identity, which is perfectly captured in their famous tagline. See, the Amul girl isn't just selling you butter. She's selling a piece of the national conversation. She's positioning the brand as, quite literally, the taste of India.
Okay, but a famous mascot isn't the whole story, not by a long shot. The second piece of this puzzle is just as crucial, and it's all about a business strategy that makes sure everyone can afford Amul's products. So let's talk about how they handle pricing.
So here's the deal with their pricing model. It's all about working with super thin margins. They might not make a ton of profit on, say, one single pack of butter, but by keeping the price super low, they sell an absolutely insane amount of it. It's that classic strategy. Sell a whole lot for a little bit of profit each time. And for a market where price really matters, it works perfectly.
Now, you can only pull off a strategy like that if you have an incredible supply chain. And Amul starts right here, with 3.6 million dairy farmers. These are the people who actually own the cooperative. Think about that. That's a massive grassroots foundation to build on.
And because they have that incredible foundation, they can reach this next number, 1 million retailers, all across the country. So you're connecting millions of farmers directly to 1 million stores. What you end up with is a distribution network that is just almost impossible for anyone else to even try to copy.
So you'd think a brand that's been around since the 60s might feel a little old-fashioned, right? But nope. Amul is more on top of its game than ever. Let's dive into how they've totally conquered the digital age.
They are absolute masters of something called moment marketing, and it's exactly what it sounds like. The art of capitalizing on what's happening right now. A big news story, a trending movie, a viral meme. They jump on it almost instantly. And that's what keeps the Amul girl feeling so fresh and always part of the online chatter.
And their digital strategy is way more than just the Amul girl memes. They're doing collaborations with food bloggers for new recipes. They're running these incredibly emotional TV campaigns, the ones that really get you. Plus, they're sponsoring big-time sports events. It's a full-court press designed to make sure they're a part of pretty much every cultural conversation happening.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got legendary advertising, super smart pricing, and a killer digital game. But there's one last ingredient. This is the real secret sauce, the thing that pulls it all together and makes Amul, well, Amul.
And here it is. This is the magic. Their business model, the fact that they're cooperative, is their single most powerful marketing tool. Think about it. Because they're owned by the farmers themselves, it builds this incredible level of trust that a normal company just can't buy. So when you buy an Amul product, you feel good about it. You feel like you're directly supporting a farmer, a community.
So the big question is, does all this trust stuff actually work in the real world? Well, the numbers don't lie. Take a look at the market for branded lassi. It's a pretty competitive space, right? Amul has a jaw-dropping 65% of the market. That's not just winning, that's total dominance.
It just goes to show how this unique mix of trust and smart marketing really pays off. And if we zoom out to the big picture, the results are just wow. Their turnover is enormous. They branched out into more than 50 different kinds of products. They're exporting to 50 countries around the world, and their brand strength index, an almost unheard of 91.2. I mean, that's what a winning formula looks like, plain and simple.
So, what do we take away from all this? The story of Amul really makes you think, and it leaves us with a huge question for business today. In a world that's all about competition, can a company built on community and trust actually beat one that's built only on profit? Looking at Amul's incredible, decades-long success, well, it seems like we have a pretty clear answer.